Hey everyone, I'm Robin and this is BitBirdie. Today I'm going to talk about why I do game dev as a hobby and not as my full-time job. There are three main reasons, and one of them is something that I think might be overlooked by aspiring game devs like some of you might be. And if you are a game programmer and you love your job and you disagree with everything I say in this video, that's awesome, just keep going. I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about my work experience. But if you want to skip ahead to the actual reasons I quit, you can go ahead to this time right over here. So my first job at a game studio was actually a co-op position, which is kind of like an internship you do while you're still in university. I remember one of the first work meetings we had where we were talking about a certain game mechanic, and I was just thinking, wow, this is so cool. This is it. We're like talking about how often some power-up should drop for the player or something like that. That feeling quickly faded over the next month or so and was replaced by frustration because things were pretty disorganized and hectic at this company. But it was still a valuable and interesting experience for sure. And then when I graduated university, I got a job at this bigger, more established game studio. And I was thinking, okay, this is it. This company is making like big legit games and it's gonna be so awesome. But again, the novelty wore off pretty quickly, and after 13 months at this company, I decided to quit and pursue web development instead, which is what I do now. So let's get into why. I'm gonna start off with the reason that I think is overlooked, because I think if it weren't for that reason, I might be okay with the other two. So when you're working for a company, you're developing their product, not yours. So chances are you'll be working on a game that you don't personally enjoy. So if you're a programmer, you probably won't get a say in the game design or any of the creative aspects of it unless you're part of a really small studio. A lot of people are actually fine with this, and it's really common for programmers to care more about the technical problems that they're solving rather than the actual product. But sadly, I am not one of these programmers. If I'm not passionate about the actual product or game, then it's really hard for me to care about the work I'm doing. And then I'm doing that for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week or more, and I just get completely drained. And then it just sucks. The second reason I left games was because of the low salary. If you're a software engineer working in games, then you're probably getting paid quite a bit less than your peers in other software fields. I'm not quite sure why this is, but people say that it's because there are so many people wanting to be game developers that companies can get away with paying less. Like, there are tons of people whose dream job ever since they were little was to make games. But how many people have you met whose dream job was to like maintain AWS infrastructure? I'm sorry for offending you, DevOps engineers. We love you. We need more of you. So at the game studio I worked at, my salary was $50,000 Canadian per year. My next full-time job after that was as a front-end engineer working on enterprise software, and my salary was $85,000. To be fair, I was about to get a raise to $62,000 at that previous company before I quit, but that's still much less than $85,000. The third reason I left games is, of course, crunch. In case you didn't know, crunch is a term used in the video game industry to describe compulsory overtime as it relates to the development of a game. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Wikipedia page about it either. So this is clearly pretty common in the games industry, but I actually luckily did not experience this. And I think it's because I left the company well before the release date of the project I was working on. So things were still pretty chill. But do I really want to be spending most of my time working on a game I don't like for relatively low pay? And then on top of that, working overtime every day for weeks or months before the release date? Unacceptable! So yeah. That's why I quit. One thing I really miss about working in games though is the people. Literally all my coworkers were into video games or board games or anime or D&D, so it's fun hanging out and nerding out with them. Also, it seemed like most of them really enjoyed and cared about their work. I guess the people who felt more like me just quit, and that's probably why they weren't there. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful to anyone who's thinking about working in the games industry. Let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to subscribe for more videos. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.